Kate. Such a pleasure to speak with you. I really enjoyed Goodbye June. I teared up several times watching it. I thought it was quite beautiful. And Helen Mirren just gives such a raw and touching performance. What did it mean for you to get such trust from one of our great on screen legends in your directorial debut?
Well, thank you for saying all of that, and I'm very heartwarmed to hear that the film resonated with you, which is only something I could have hoped for of audiences. It meant the world to have Helen, honestly. Everybody else had been cast. I'd had meaningful conversations with all of those actors before they read the script. And when I approached Helen, I knew that I wanted to just be. I wanted to be honest about the story. I wanted to tell her how it would mean the world to have her, but I also wanted to tell her who would be supporting her by way of the cast, because they're brilliant actors, of course, but they're also wonderful, wonderful people. And that matters a huge deal when you're building a family. You can't have a bad egg in that box. And luckily for us, these were all decent, kind people. And Helen, I think she just, I think she just felt she wanted to support me, which she said. And it wasn't easy for her playing that part. She definitely had days where she'd say, I don't really like any of it, actually. I don't like the hair. I don't like the getting in the bed. And I don't like, okay, that's fine. All right, I've said it now. Tell me what to do. And she really appreciated a sort of a practical approach so she could just get on with it. And that's very much who she is. She's a real mensch, so supportive, a lot of fun. She was always the first one to giggle when you're not supposed to be giggling in the middle of a scene. Helen is an absolutely terrible giggler. So there would be a lot of like, okay, everybody, let's stop while Helen Mirren gets her giggles out of the way and let's start again. But actually it was so wonderful because all of those little things made for this kind of messy, very real environment that I wanted for everybody to feel they could be immersed in. And it was particularly important for our children as well, our child actors, to feel included in this sort of insane joy in spite of the tragedy that we as adult actors were all playing out as our characters. But it was honestly an amazing experience. I just loved all of it.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And I was amazed when I found out that your son wrote this screenplay because it seems so wise and it's like somebody looking back on their life with all these lessons. So you're clearly doing something right as a mom. How special was it that you're both making a first here in this collab where, this is his first screenplay and this is your first film? How special was it to do it together?
It was unbelievably special, and we both had moments of feeling extremely nervous, and it was great because we were colleagues, side by side, holding hands. He'd say to me on set, he'd say, "How are you doing any of this? How's this all happening?" And I'd say, "Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going." And it was wonderful to see him learn what it means to be part of a big collaborative working space, full of great people who were kind and polite and willing, and not just the actors, but the crew as well. It was a really inclusive on-set experience, which was what I wanted to craft and what I wanted to be able to give to our actors. And it was very, very special to do this with my son. And I feel like if I never do it again, it was so meaningful to have done this with him.